Hey, I'm here with another Tech Tip Thursday for you. I hope you're having a great week. This last full week for us at our school leading up to Christmas. I have a tech tip concerning Google Docs, although this actually works with slides and sheets and drawings even. I want to talk about document history. So if you go to File, that is how you can get to the version history. Okay, so basically the way that it works is Google actually saves. Oh, wait, wanted me to save. I clicked the wrong thing. Version history. I meant to go to see version history. You can also do the Control Alt Shift H. It just depends. Some things I use the keyboard shortcuts, some things I don't. This document that I'm using is just a roster. I chose this document to show you guys because a lot of different people edited it. So I wanted you to see how that would look. And this is one that I was recently on and I could do it. So hopefully my department teams will be okay with that. But if you look, when I bring up version history, it shows 7 total edits. That's not every single edit, honestly. There's a lot more edits than that, but it has these specific things on here, right? Okay, so if I go here and I click on this little arrow, I get an expanded view and I can see individual changes, right? So what I want to do is I want to go back to this document, okay? I want to see what Ed Jones and Russ did. So I'm going to click on it, and I can see that in this version, Russ was putting his name in, right? Okay. Now, right now, all I'm doing is looking at this version. I could click restore this version. I'm not going to do that because Allie would kill me if I wrote over her notes. The other thing that I could do if I was doing this is I could give this a name, right? So you can name any of these versions along here, okay? And you can also make a copy from here, okay? So if you didn't want the version, the original version, right? Like, so let's say you're starting over and you're doing new meeting notes. Sorry, I'm going all the way to the bottom. You might want to come here and make a copy of this version, right? Okay. Or let me go back here. This is where she's edited, and you can see all of Ellie's edits. Okay, so we might want to make a copy of this version, right? So I could come here and say make a copy and make a copy of this version. So this would take me back a version, okay? I can also name different versions, right? So if I was trying to investigate, the way that I most often use this as a teacher would be when I was investigating student essays and seeing where certain things came from, right? So a lot of times if a student has used AI or the internet for their essay, all that I will see here is one edit. And it'll be a whole essay. And I'll be like, so according to Google, it appears that you wrote this entire 450 word essay in 1 second. So I'm really thinking you copied and pasted it from somewhere. So this is one of the ways that I have used this in the past. But this also can be great for you to even work with students and say, look at how far this document has come from that document, right? And then as a workflow thing, it can also be great because you can see that everyone did what they were supposed to do, right? Like I can see that everyone signed on to this document and did something, right? So I could see, okay, what did Amy Kenyon fill out? So I can come down here and expand this one. Oh, expand that one. Oh, no, I did it backwards. I'm sorry. Okay. And I can scroll down to Amy Kenyon and see what Amy Kenyon did. So if I come here, I actually know it's that I put my name in, okay? So I can see what the edits were that were done at that point. And there were 11 edits at that point. So that is basically every single one of us putting our name in the same minute, right? So this will give you a pretty good idea if you assign a group project of what everyone's doing in your class, of what their contribution is. Like if I was grading this as a group project, I might say, it looks like Allie's been doing all of the work. And some of y'all haven't been, like Amy Kenyon is only on here once. She only accessed this document one time to put her name on it. So she does not deserve credit, right? So that's another way that you can use it. This is also great for the I know I said this better and then I lost it and now I need to come back to it. You have your various version histories and you can bring back, you can always make a copy of this, right? So you don't have to restore this version. You can make a copy of it and then you can have both versions. It is really awesome to go back to the beginning of an essay with a student. So like maybe they just have the outline, you go back to that step and you compare it with their final essay and show them how far they've come. That is a great strategy, okay? Okay, so one more thing I want to show you before we leave today, and the other part is when you are working with students, I want to point out that you have this mode, okay? So you have the editing mode, but if you click pull down and you change it to suggesting, this then makes it so that when you fix something, so let's say I wanted to change the date here. So let's say I changed the date to 10, right? Instead of it just replacing it, it replaces it and says, hey, Amy Kenyon did this. And then the person who the document belongs to can then go through and review or reject the suggestion. This is a great way if you happen to be working on a document with a group of people, or if you're helping someone and you're proofreading something for them, you can go ahead and put it in as a suggestion without editing their original, so they can then see and go back and see what you edited. Of course, we English teachers use this all the time, but this is also great for when you're doing something collaborative where there is more than one person working on a document. Anyway, this will be our last tech tip before Christmas break, so I hope you have a great break, and I will see you all in the new year.